there's a close up of her face, right? So it's probably like this. And I don't know if they just missed it when they were editing. I don't know what it is, but this is how it goes. Her eyes are closed, right? And then like she opens her eyes a little bit and like looks around and closes her eyes again, dude. Like, oh my God. Like she's
like
just
she's
like,
in on it. Like she flatlined herself.
But that's what I thought. I was like, oh my God. Cause it was such a, like when I rewatched it just now, I was like, okay. I was like, so is she faking it? No, she wasn't faking it. She flatlined. And that was just a take where I think she just didn't know if the take was over. So she opened her eyes to see if they're still rolling, saw they were still rolling, and closed her eyes again.
Oh my God, dude.
Welcome front to the Lunchtime Serenade. I don't know. Welcome back, welcome front, welcome side.
Jesus.
Why do we never say welcome front?
Dude, I didn't know what the fuck
back.
you were talking about when you said that. So I was just like, what is he saying? I'm just an idiot. I'm just dumb. I am a dumb man. I will say that.
No, it was a really dumb joke. I don't know why I was like, what? This should be a thing. We never say welcome front. Hey, we're going to start it here. Welcome front. I'm never going to say it again, but welcome front, everybody, to the Lunchtime Serenade podcast, episode number 18. Really exciting shit. We're 2 away from 20, close. And then we're only 80 away from 100 after that.
We're doing math. So. We're trying to hit the 100, the 100 club. There we go.
The 100 club. If we're doing one a week, that's 2 years. So in 2 years, we will have done 100 episodes.
We'll be doing so well.
Holy shit.
Dude.
Man, it's been a pretty uneventful week as far as like everything that has been happening in the past weeks. Like this week has been a non-news week, really.
It's been like everything is like still happening. That's been happening. It's right. Just not sure. It's like become normal. So we were just like, okay, we're just assuming that's happening, which is not good. I mean, like obviously like you want to be, keeping that shit going, that momentum, if you will. Of course. But also it's just like, well, that's cool. Like, I guess at least I don't want to say things are calming down because like they aren't, but they are. Like protests are still really big. Like there's still like thousands of people doing this all over the place. And then coronavirus cases are still going up. So it's like, okay, well, until the next like big thing in those happens, like there's not much really for us to talk about that we haven't already talked about. So
yeah, exactly.
We're just trying to keep it fresh for you guys.
But it is voting times, everybody.
Please.
So, well, for those who are in places who are voting, so like Kentucky, dude, oh my God, they're like closed to 95% of the polling places in Louisville. That's just insane. Like closed.
Dude.
It's
well, like I was
insane.
talking about this probably a couple weeks ago. So Indiana's primary was June 6th, right? They like one of the major polling places was the like in downtown Mishawaka or something. It was like the public library.
Oh, right, yeah.
And they just closed it and didn't tell anybody. And they were like, you got to go to this one. And it was like the other side of South Bend. And they were like, what the fuck, dude? And yeah, it's just like, it's funny because like you can ease your guys voter suppression now because it's just like, hey, there's a pandemic.
Right, it's like, oh, it's exactly. COVID.
So it's like,
yeah, I know. It's just like
they're just like smarter about it now, which like isn't good.
Yeah, I know. They're getting smarter. Yeah. Fuck, they're adapting. The shitheads are adapting.
True.
All right. What I wanted to start off with is again, no citizens of the week really because of all the things that are happening. They're all protest related and or just not funny and just kind of upsetting. So last week we did a subreddit post.
Not wrong.
We did a subreddit post of the week, and I'd like to continue on with that. I've got another post. This time it's on r/relationship advice, and oh my god,
is it bad?
This is insane. Actually, it's not even relationship advice. It's just relationships. So this person is maybe not looking for advice. I would be if this happened to me. Let's just get right into the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. All right. Hi, Reddit. Let me first.
If you're addressing the entirety of Reddit as like the beginning of your post, it's not gonna go well. Like it's just not. It never does.
It's not. Let me read the title. my 22 female boyfriend, 24 male, asked me to take a pregnancy test, and I caught him drinking the pee. That's the title.
I'm sorry. Right? What? What now?
So, right off the bat, just a fucking heater. So she goes on to say, she's like, let me preface this.
Like, that's that is like the perfect title, because it like gives you enough information that you're like, all right, cool, I can get a sense of it. And then they just leave you with something that makes you ask like 70 questions. You're like,
what is the deal here?
I have one question. And it's going to lead to a lot more.
And then after that, I have 17 more questions.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so let's get into it. Oh, that's a fucking long boy. Ooh.
Oh, it's a long one. I'll try to skim over parts I don't need to read. But basically, all right, so she's like, let me preface this by saying that I love my boyfriend and have a very healthy relationship.
Doesn't sound like
We've been together coming up on 3 years. We moved together in January right before the whole pandemic. Blah, 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 blah. From the beginning, he's always been very paranoid about getting me pregnant. We both agreed early on that we'd never want kids, so we take extra precautions. I'm on the pill.
Yeah.
He wears condoms just to be safe.
But like, I also am paranoid of that, so I get that. It's okay.
There you go. Yeah, it's a thing. So he says, I personally think we would have been fine using just birth control, blah, blah, blah. Better safe than sorry, though. So she's like, everything has been going fine until 2 weeks ago when we were having sex and the condom broke. I tried to calm him down, telling him it was no big deal because of the birth control, and also the spermicidal lubricant on the condoms meant there was a pretty low chance of me getting pregnant. But my boyfriend still freaked out, told me we absolutely had to take a pregnancy test just to be safe. Nothing too strange yet. So I go along with it, and we buy one of the packs of 3 from CVS. I wait until about 6 days before my period, and then I pee, and then it says I'm not pregnant.
Okay. So
yes, interjection.
Couple things.
Do you have something?
A couple questions just out of this so far. She does that whole thing where she asks about something. Fuck, what was the thing that she asked about? Why did I already forget it? How have I lived to be 25 and already forgotten about it? Oh, okay. The condom breaking thing. Does that happen often? Like I see so.
I can't imagine that happens often.
Never happened.
I mean, like I feel like it happens though. It's happened to me.
So I was just like, it's just a thing that has never happened to me. So I wanted to know. Just wanted some clarification.
I feel like it's happened to me once, and it was like, I don't know. Oh my God, I think my mom's listens to this podcast. But
you're so sorry. I'm not, but
I'm not. Whatever. I'm not sorry. I'm an adult. I'm healthy. Whatever. Anyways, it was like when I was like 19 and didn't really know what I was doing, and I don't think I put it on correctly. Well, so I think that has a lot to do with the fact.
That makes sense.
Breaking.
And then so, that was just something that I've like always wondered about. Like every time I see like, the condom broke, I'm like, how often does that just like happen to people? That's insane.
But that's the other thing. It's really interesting because you always see those videos like the condom challenge and the whatever, where they'll drop whole ass condoms on their head and it stretches so far, dude.
Latex is so fucking strong. Okay.
Yeah. So I really don't know. I mean, it could be. I think it's just really a crapshoot. I feel like it's maybe like 1 in 100, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, but it's like probably either like faulty. So I don't know. Something happens during the manufacturing. Something.
So it's like it's less. It's less likely. It's like less likely than you like would hope for, and it's more likely than you think it is. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We'll say that. God damn it, Michael Bay, get out of here.
He's never leaving you, man. You can't get rid of it.
He's not going
to
leave.
Once you let Bay in, you can't.
I'm gonna have to do that
go
shit.
Out. That
Bay can't go out.
Kind of terrifying. But the second thing is that why did they? why did these two people have this happen, and then in the morning go, you have to take a pregnancy test, not let's buy Plan B. Oh, well, I guess like faith and religion could factor into that as well. I don't know. That just seems like the first thing. Yeah,
there's a couple. I was gonna say like that seems like I'd be like, oh, hey, well, take the emergency.
I was like, why is that not just the first thing you do?
Like,
I mean,
why not just wait? But or why wait? Exactly. I see what you're saying. But like, I think other factors could play into that. So whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Absolutely.
Whatever for that. God, I'm gonna have to fucking fix my thing after this. I will. Okay, so whatever she says, the thing says that she's not pregnant. So she says, this is when it starts getting weird. Even though the test read negative, he insisted on me, quote, finishing off the pack and peeing on the others, quote, just to be sure. I read online that you're supposed to use your pee from first thing in the morning because it can get diluted throughout the day and become more inaccurate. So I tell him I'll wait to do another one tomorrow and then the next day. Well, the next day I go and pee on the stick and notice that the one I threw away is no longer in the trash can. I decided it wasn't too strange as it could have been buried in my tissues or something. So I finish up my business, leave the stick on the counter for him to see himself, tell him that miraculously I'm still not pregnant, and then I'm going to take the trash out. That's when I noticed that the last pregnancy test was nowhere to be seen in the trash bag, shook it all around, looked at it from different angles. Nope, no test. And then I go back into the bathroom to wash my hands, and I see my boyfriend holding the test uncapped with the porous part in his mouth making sucking sounds. Slurping it up, dude. He immediately looks embarrassed, pulls the stick out of his mouth so fast it makes an audible popping sound. He started walking towards me while apologizing, but I completely freaked out and walked out of our apartment. All of my friends have been saying I need to leave him for violating my privacy. I haven't spoken to him since this happened 2 days ago. Honestly, I don't even know how to approach the situation. Can this be saved? Holy shit, dude.
That has opened up a vast number of questions about this person, but holy shit, dude, what?
Just, can you imagine just taking a little pea stick and just slurping it?
Like,
is there that much pee on a pregnancy stick? I mean, it's like paper, essentially.
Dude, the thought of just any of that is legitimately like making my stomach upset. Like I am a little bit in pain right now. But dude, here's the thing. Let's not kink shame anybody. But
that's what the comments are saying, though. So that
should be something that you tell your significant other.
That should be like an agreed upon thing. Yeah. Like, you know, it doesn't, that was like very behind. If that's just genuinely a thing he's into, hey, no shade. But
yeah,
it's weird that you like tricked your partner. Just like say like, hey, I know this might be weird. Yeah. I love pee.
Like,
you know,
and that's the thing is, boom, like the other person, now the ball's in their court, because like they can either just leave you and be like, that's fucking weird, or they can be like, look, I don't like that, so like don't do it around me. Like you have that conversation, you know. When you don't do it and they just like show up and that happens, you're putting them on a spot that like they shouldn't necessarily be put on. So it's like they obviously just got to talk about it, and he needs to just fucking explain what the hell that's about, because like just leaving that out to just like an open interpretation of something is kind of horrifying, because that's like a lot of deeply seated stuff that just like has no explanation that kind of needs one. So that's,
I know. And the post apparently violated some kind of like, because some subreddits have rules where you can only post things about like body fluids or like sex things or NSFW things on the weekends. And so this violated that. So it had to get deleted. So there's only like screenshots of comments now.
That sucks.
That I can see. I know. So now people are like theorizing. They're like, do you think he like, oh my God. All right, hold on. I need to fucking fix this stupid thing. Pause for, well, don't pause. Okay. It'll take 2 seconds.
I'll just put a transition here, which actually, I'm going to do this thing real quick. I don't know if you heard that. That was also weird that we like did that at the same time.
What did you say? Yeah, that was really funny.
We should make like a whole intro to this of just us like yep, with like just like hella lens flares and like other shit. That'd be really fun.
Like machine gun artillery effects, like gun handling, like
and like little explosions, just like just
sub drops,
just in the background, like no real reason.
Straight up, just movie trailer shit. That would be so funny.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be great. I would love that. But yeah, that was that. And so, but the thing is, like, now there's the only comments you can see are like the screenshot comments, and it's just like, I think people, the general consensus seems to be that people think that it's his kink, and they are all in agreement that he should not have done it behind her back. So I hope to see a update post from her, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if the relationship would be salvageable.
It absolutely. Here's the thing.
I don't know why it wouldn't be.
It's salvageable. You know? It's just like you have to get to a point where both of you are okay with what the fuck's going on, and that you don't just like leave it where it is, because it's just gonna be weird if you just sweep it under the rug. That's fucked up. If if they scream and yell at each other because they're not okay with it, then sure, that's fine too. Not a great way of going about it. Or if they arrive at a conclusion, which would be the ideal outcome or scenario, that's still like a lot of like boundaries and stuff that they either have to be setting or knocking down to like make that okay. At least with her, obviously. But so that's how I see it. I hate agreeing with the cumulative Reddit comment threads, but sometimes they get it, man.
Sometimes that's just, there's no real controversy in the opinions. I think that's just kind of what it is. And, so
beautiful.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if she hits us back with some kind of
it's back the update, Reddit community that we're not really a part of, but kind of are.
Yeah, exactly. I'll keep trolling the relationship subreddit and see if I see anything from her.
I think you can follow individual users. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you can, so that like whenever they post anything, you can get an update.
That's on your page.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was a thing, but I was like, fairly certain that it.
I will follow her.
Let's go.
It's so exciting. Let's do it. So, the hospital show that we talked about last week, Attaway General.
Attaway.
There's an Attaway General. Oh, which way did he go, soldier? Attaway General. There is an official IMDb page for it. And all of the reviews, there's like 400 one-star reviews.
What's its IMDb score?
There's, let me see. The IMDb score is, where do you see that?
Should just be like up at the top. Yeah.
Like out of 10? 1.1. I don't think you can give it lower than a 1. So it's literally like all 1-star reviews and maybe a 2-star review.
Like IMDb's ratings are usually a little more, I don't want to say accurate, but are a little like harsher than most places. So I usually look at IMDb as setting like, okay, this is like the bottom of where the thing can perform.
Sure.
So if it's literally sitting at the bottom, that's hilarious.
It's at the bottom. That's insane. Yeah, it's at the bottom. I also was rewatching some of the episodes. The new episode doesn't come out till tomorrow, but I was rewatching some of the episodes, and I know, right, as we were real looking forward to that. But in this one scene, it's like I must have missed it because it's literally a 10-minute show. So I was probably looking away and like when it happened, because it happened so fucking quick. In the intro to one of the episodes, this girl's just like sitting in a hospital bed talking to 2 of the teen volunteers, and she's just like, whatever. And then 2 seconds later, she flatlines in front of them, and they're like the teenagers. They're not the people with the medical degrees. They're like, oh my God. So they start giving her chest compressions. Right. And then the theme song rolls, but it's like a split-second thing. Right. But right before the theme song. So the theme song rolls, whatever. And then after that, like the next scene, you'd think, oh my God, that's such a high intensity thing. You think they're going to cut right back to it. Nope. They cut right to a scene of the doctor and his daughter like walking in the hallway. The doctor's like texting, and she's like, can I have friends over, blah, blah. And he's just like texting. And then he just runs away. He's like, gotta go, gotta respond to this. He straight up runs away. Right. Okay. But then he like tells the teen volunteers, he's like, you did a good job. Like, the first 5 minutes are the most important. So then it's a close up of this girl like this, right, lying down, and they're like giving her chest compressions, and like there's nurses and doctors all around her. And there's a close up of her face, right? So it's probably like this. And I don't know if they just missed it when they were editing. I don't know what it is, but this is how it goes. Her eyes are closed, right? And then like she opens her eyes a little bit and like looks around and closes her eyes again, dude. Like, oh my God. Like she's
in on it. Like she flatlined herself.
But that's what I thought. I was like, oh my God. Because it was such a, like when I rewatched it just now, I was like, okay. I was like, so is she faking it? No, she wasn't faking it. She flatlined. And that was just a take where I think she just didn't know if the take was over. So she opened her eyes to see if they're still rolling, saw they were still rolling, and closed her eyes again.
Oh my God, dude.
It's insane. It's insane.
How?
Love this show, man.
How does that happen? How does that happen?
No idea. But all the titles of these reviews: A Disgrace to Human History. I wish I could give it 0 stars. Disappointed. Yikes. Trash in its purest form. Garbage as hell. Pure cringe. This one, I'm hooked, actually.
Still a 1-star review.
Don't waste your time. It was a 1-star review, yeah.
Dude, sometimes you just can't
blah.
look away from those things. Like, they're so bad that they're gripping that it's just like, all right, what dumb shit are they gonna do next? Like, I can't stop now.
I mean, same. I'm tuned in, dude. I'm fucking like I'm ready for the next episode. So like me, but
would
it's
it be
so
upsetting
bad.
if after all of this happens, they sit down and they like come out and they're like, hey, it was actually our point to make the worst show ever, but like make it look like the best show ever.
They would do some shit like that.
Oh yeah,
they would though. They just to save face or just to be like, oh, how we're self-aware TikTok teens. Ha ha ha.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I could see them doing some shit like that, but absolutely, you can tell. Even watching one episode, you can tell that they're trying. Like, if they were going to be self-aware, I feel like they'd make it more apparent that
they would have done what was it like, like Children's Hospital or something, like where it's just like a fucking clown the whole time. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like something goofy, something like way over the top where you're like, oh, this is like a bit, right? But this is sincere.
Christ. That's a show. Dude, that went through like pitching. Somebody okayed it, and then they like funded a crew, and then they went out and shot that, and then they cut that and put it on the internet.
Yeah, like 10 episodes of it. They're like still rolling it out. I mean, like, holy shit.
Dude, that is insane. That is so fucking wild.
I know.
That's a 1.1 on IMDb.
Oh my God.
Oh,
1.1 out of 10.
I've never seen that happen. Other than like maybe Babylon AD, but I think that might actually have a higher score than it. Can you give me the Babylon AD IMDb score right now? That is going to be my baseline.
Babylon AD.
That is going to be my baseline for terrible movie.
Babylon AD, like the one with Vin Diesel, it's got 5.6.
Oh,
so it's like
if a movie that
average.
has a 7% on Rotten Tomatoes can have a 5.5 on IMDb, maybe I have to rethink my whole strategy here, my hierarchy.
Yeah,
oh
seriously.
My God,
yeah, no
dude.
kidding.
Yeah, so Babylon AD.
I have not seen Babylon AD.
Yeah,
is it bad?
But it's like my favorite bad movie. Like I love watching it just because it's like dumb action that doesn't make any sense for like what's going on and like weird special effects and like sci-fi shit and like that's my shit. So like anytime I have that, I'm just like, hey, I can overlook some things. It's unfortunate that the thing I have to overlook is the whole story, but it's fine. So like that is like my like bottom of the barrel where I'm just like, I will measure badness in numbers of Babylon AD. I'm like, oh, this thing is 5 Babylon ADs. And that's like, oh, okay. So it's like a 27% Rotten Tomato score or something like that. Or 35. Yeah. I can do math. 5 times 7. 35. Yep, we got there. It's okay. I graduated with technical honor. But yeah, it's like watching like that movie gave me like a whole new appreciation for like shitty everything. Like that was where I was like, this is where it is. So that one is
hell yeah.
1/5 of Babylon AD. Yikes.
Yeah, it's 1/5 of Babylon AD. Imagine that. I'm gonna have to watch it. I really love shitty things.
Oh, I have a list of shitty movies that we have to watch. Megan has like a whole list of like 80s like shitty slasher movies that we have to watch. Oh, dude.
Yes, those are the best
like
ones.
All of the sleepaway camp movies, like huge twist at the end of the first one.
Love those.
So great. And then like the whole movie is just fucking trash. It is. Oh, it's so bad, so dude. Bad. And like that's her shit is like bad horror movies. So it's
the 80s was like a breeding ground for shitty horror movies. Man.
Everybody was just like, here's some money, go make a movie. Like that's basically what happened.
Yeah. It can't fail. It is. Yeah, exactly.
And then
exactly.
Well, we had the 90s.
Holy shit.
Oh, dude, the whole thing's so that's still a show. Attaway General. Still fucking show. Is it Attaway General?
It's still a fucking show.
General.
General.
So that show exists, and if that doesn't give anybody some feeling that they can make whatever they want in this world, that is your fucking inspiration right there. If that can get made, your shitty like screenplay absolutely can get made too. So I'm just saying,
100%. Don't give up. Subscribe to Brat TV. Watch anything that they put out, and you'll be like, oh fuck, I can do anything.
Dude, it's funny too because like working in like post production and stuff like that, like talking to my friends who have to do like YouTube deliverables and stuff like that. It seems like YouTube has like grown so quickly that they're like, we have to now be like a fucking like a studio. We have to know this shit. And so it just seems like they're kind of just like shooting from the hip with whatever the fuck they got going on, like with their deliverable specs, because they're always just like, hey, I think we want it like this, and then you just give them a thing, and they're like, all right, cool. Just never hear from them again. So it's like so funny, weird. Like seeing like these like kind of tech companies now having to basically function as like film studios, and like that's just a whole different business, like from everything.
Oh, it is.
And so now 100%. It's like, cool, you're running a tech company, but you also have to do this too. I'm sorry. One of them is hard enough. Both of them sounds like a fucking nightmare, dude. I would never want to do that.
That's two different companies, man. You can't do that. You can't be doing all that right. It's like when you go to a restaurant and they have like 30 fucking things on the menu.
Cheesecake Factory?
Got like, we have like the Cheesecake Factory, dude. They got shit. They got burgers, right? They got classic shit, burgers, salad, whatever, sandwiches, pasta. But then they got like orange chicken,
for some
fried
reason.
Rice.
It's like it's the most American fucking restaurant you can sit down at. They're just like...
It's also a steakhouse.
So weird.
Yeah, I know. And then it's also fucking... You can get any cut of meat that you want. And then you can... Where do they get it all? Where do they keep it all? I've been to a Cheesecake Factory like 3 times. It's the most incredible experience.
Oh, dude, it's wild.
Ever. Just, it's like, what the fuck? It's just like, so many different kinds of people are there. It's always packed. There's always like a 45-minute wait to get into a Cheesecake Factory.
Dude,
they're everywhere.
I've been to exactly 4 Cheesecake Factories. 3 of them are in LA. One of them, I believe it was in Arizona. I don't remember, which is hilarious. But the one... So Megan's, I think her mom gave her like this like gift card that was basically like, hey, you can redeem this for $25 at any of these restaurants. Like you pick one when you activate it. And one of them was Cheesecake Factory.
Sure. Okay, I got you.
And so we were like, fuck it. Let's get some Cheesecake Factory. Like it'll take $25 off it. We'll just get a fucking cheesecake, dude. So we do that. We apply it. But Cheesecake Factory right now, due to COVID, is pickup only. Like they don't show up on any delivery thing. I don't know why. They would want to do that.
Do they deliver?
I don't know.
Though?
I genuinely don't know. So we went to their website and we ordered for pickup. And the closest one to us at the time, at Megan's apartment, was in the Grove. Which, I don't know if you've been to the Grove yet. It's just a big fucking mall, dude. Big mall.
It's
huge. Absolutely massive. If you ever see like pictures of people in LA like at like a big Christmas tree that isn't surrounded by ice, it's probably the one at the Grove.
It's the Grove.
So we go into this place and it's just in the mall, right? So like you open the doors and you walk in, and what are you greeted with? An escalator for some fucking reason. They were like
in the Cheesecake Factory.
You walk in and it's like a landing area with like a tiny little desk that's like coat check or some shit, I guess, at the Cheesecake Factory. And immediately to the right of it is just an up and down escalator. That's it. That's the only thing in this little area. Wow. So you go up, and then up there is like where they take you and like seat you and stuff like that. And like there's like
they have a whole ass lobby in the Cheesecake
and it was
Factory.
Fucking. We walked in and we were like, wait, really? And so like we go up and we're like, oh, okay, this is fucking weird. And there was just like 2 other people in front of us in line, and we were just like, yeah, we're just picking up. And they're just like, oh yeah, come over here. And they just like took us to like the counter, gave us our food. We went down the fucking escalator, walked through a parking garage that we had no idea where we parked, and then got in our car and left. And I was like, what just happened? Like, I just feel like I just went to a different universe. And it took us like forever to figure out like where it actually was, because we were like, can we get to it with a car? And then I parked in a parking lot and it was like, is for like this shop only parking. And I was like, well, if I leave the car here, I'm gonna explode. Like, that's what's gonna happen. Like, I will die if I leave this car here. So we finally like parked in just like the parking garage for the Grove, and we're like, I think it's just in the Grove. And so we just walked through and we're like, oh, there it is. What the hell? So yeah, like that whole like hour and a half experience, I swear to God, dude, I was in a different reality.
Just to pick up a cheesecake, hour and a half.
For the whole ordeal, I think that's probably what it was. And most of that was just us sitting in the other parking lot and me being like, I can't leave the car here. I can't do this. I can't do that. Just having massive anxiety about leaving it there. It was great. It's a great time. But I swear to you, I love that, dude. Dipped into the other timeline for a little bit and then came back out of it. That's what happened.
Oh yeah, the Cheesecake Factory is like a wormhole, dude. Time does not exist there. Nothing. Everything is different. Everything is different there.
Everything. Like for some reason, it's like weird, like old Roman, like Venetian, like architecture or something inside of like a really modern looking building, and then you sit down and you eat food weird, specifically from a tiny part of China, all of America, and like this tiny part of Italy. That's it. That's all you get. And like
it's ridiculous.
Like the menu is just like a thing, like a one category, another category, a combination of both of those categories, two new categories, a combination of those other like four categories, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And then there's just an entire other menu for dessert. Fuck the Cheesecake Factory.
It's insane. The dessert menu is also just so expansive. It's just, oh my God, dude, it's nuts. Like you can get like Tex-Mex, Japanese, Italian fusion.
Basically. And that's after you have maybe made a decision without having like the clock make a decision for you. Because it's like, there's like anytime you sit down and look at that thing, you're just like, oh, what the fuck did I get? And then like you order something and you like immediately regret not ordering the other thing you were deciding between.
Yeah.
And then it costs you $90.
There should be why is it's so expensive. It's like they treat it like it's like a luxury dining experience and not just like a Chili's with fancy fucking art.
Yeah, dude, the whole place doesn't make any sense. They're not very self-aware, and people keep doing it. They keep buying it. They keep going there.
Oh, I know. They've got a gold mine, dude. They've got a gold
it's
mine.
Insane.
Absolutely. It's just insane. It's so weird. It hits every aspect of every dining experience you could ever want, from the atmosphere to like, I mean, you go to if you can't ever decide what you want to eat, go to a Cheesecake Factory. It's the price of a fancy dinner. You feel like you're eating a fancy dinner, but it's also got a lot of comfort food, dessert. I mean, you're in a mall, so it's just like it hits everything. It hits everything.
Wild.
It's nuts.
It's weird. It's weird shit. What a place. If you can go to one, just go to it for the novelty. Order a tiny little appetizer, drink it in, and just never go back. Unless somebody else will bring you the food. Because being in one of those places, dude, is like dying 3 times. Like that's what it's like.
It's something you have to experience at least once, but then after that, you're like, I've done it. I've been to the Cheesecake Factory. I've seen hell and back. Like, it's insane.
Yep. Fucking Cheesecake Factory, dude. What other restaurant or restaurant chain like strikes fear into the hearts of other restaurant chains quite like the Cheesecake Factory? Is there one?
I can't think of any. I can't think of a restaurant chain as notorious as the Cheesecake Factory.
If a Cheesecake Factory shows up in your neighborhood, that's it. It's been gentrified.
You got to fucking
just
move
how
out.
it is. Like your neighborhood will now be full of white dudes wearing beanies that are rolled up too much and
don't even cover their ears.
Yeah, it's just like a yarmulke but bigger. I don't get it. And then girls with self-cut front bangs. That's your neighborhood. Yeah. From here on out, like that's just how it is.
Property value is about to skyrocket unless you're grandfathered in. So leave. If you choose Cheesecake Factory,
your building was built in 1976 and doesn't even have central air. $2,800 a month, bitch. Let's go. That's how it is. Sorry. There's a Cheesecake Factory now.
Oh my God. Yeah, sorry. We got to start taking ourselves more seriously. All right, this whole block right here, just not going to cut it. All right, we're going to do major renovations. Oh my God, what if I can just imagine like the planning committee of like a Cheesecake Factory, like where's it going to be? They place it and then they have like demands for the neighborhood. They're like, we can't be here unless there's this, and this. And if it's not here, you have to build this, and this. These are our demands.
The Cheesecake Factory has a fucking rider, dude.
Yeah, the Cheesecake Factory rider. And the people are like, oh, fuck. I mean, like, it's going to be really expensive renovation, but
we
like,
gotta do it. Yeah.
Worth it. Thank you. Pleasure doing business with you. And they're just like, sit there and just, taking all the fucking money. Oh my God. They're monsters, but they're geniuses.
I bet they own like their own architectural firm, and like that dude literally just like makes a new version of the project in every time they update the software and just sends that along. And they're like, it's beautiful. Yep, we'll go with this one. And it's just the same thing. Like nobody's caught on that all of the Cheesecake Factories look the same because nobody's like been in all of them.
That's so funny.
So there's just,
he's got like one like CAD project, and he just got a bunch of different iterations, and maybe just to like pass the test of like, is this the exact same thing, he'll throw in like a ficus over here, or like maybe a different door or something, like just something like a different shape chandelier or something, just to like get past the bullshit detectors.
He changes up like just the front desk, like just the lobby looks different, but everything behind it, they're just like, it's a dining room, whatever. And that's where he's just like,
exactly.
They're paying me $150,000 a year for this? Fuck, dude.
It's the most vaporwave looking shit. You know how like there's always those pictures of like the Greek busts and like the abandoned malls and shit?
For some reason.
Dude, abandoned Cheesecake Factory would be like vaporwave heaven.
Oh my God. All they have to do is just like hue shift the whole place purple and boom, that's it. You're done.
Mm-hmm.
Good fucking game, dude. Get out of my goddamn house. Out of my Cheesecake Factory. Fine now. I'm vaporwave.
Damn.
Welcome.
Now I want Cheesecake
I'm like,
Factory.
actually, we just been here like now shitting on them the whole time, and now we're just like, what?
That's the Cheesecake Factory effect. That's what it is. They
make you work up an
geniuses.
appetite by talking so much shit about them that you have to go eat there.
Yeah, there's no other choice. You're like, well, I'm about to go wait an hour just to sit down and then wait another hour because the waiter get too many tables.
They're understaffed all the time. Like working at a Cheesecake Factory just sounds like all of the bad things in like the food service industry, but all the time. Like that's what it seems like. Like you never have enough people.
24/7.
Like something's broken down. The soft serve machine doesn't work. Like all this shit, you know, like everything's happening at once and you can't ever get out of it. It's just waiting through.
Surrounded by like there's shitty kids everywhere at the Cheesecake Factory that you have to wait on, and like the parents that are
people
like
there for their anniversaries for some fucking reason.
Yeah. Every occasion. I can't. First of all, I can't imagine going to a Cheesecake Factory. I was just like,
could you imagine being like the Cheesecake Factory is like the height of like fine dining and stuff, to where like that is like your ultimate end all. First of all, that'd be fucking sick, because like you would just never have any aspirations beyond that. That'd be so tight, dude.
Oh yeah.
But then it's like you look beyond it and you're just like, I don't want to do that. I'm good. And so like, could you
propose at a Cheesecake Factory, born at a Cheesecake Factory?
Hey, this is our 20th wedding anniversary. We have weathered the storm. We've built a family. We've built our lives together. Let's go to the fucking Cheesecake. Like that? Nope. Absolutely not. If that's how that goes, no. I don't want to shit on it too much, but
I'm outie. We're not having a 21st anniversary after that happens.
Like we're going to the fucking McDonald's after this.
That's hilarious. Wow.
I feel like I just just shit talked just a lot of just random things that like were only tangentially related to the Cheesecake Factory in that last statement.
For the Lunchtime Serenade podcast, we're spending a lot of time this episode shitting on
I don't
food,
know why.
So.
At least we're not drinking pee. Gotta say that. That's
true. Hey, that's true.
We haven't gotten there yet.
No matter how far down we think we are, no matter how unmotivated we are, always remember, Attaway General exists. Someone drank pee, and people are getting asked to their 20th anniversary at a Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
So
you're seeing like proposals and like the final anniversary of a couple happening at the same time. Like that's what's going on.
The dichotomy. You've got it's full circle, dude. The circle of life in the Cheesecake Factory. That's what they're singing about in The Lion King. Dude's fucking Simba and Rafiki on that mountain. Hell no, it's just like a waiter. It's someone proposing. It's like the ring is Simba, and then all of the animals down there are the people, and Scar is and Mufasa, they're the 20th anniversary people. They're just like getting pushed off the cliff into the herd of antelopes.
Dude, like the There are some people who the last thing that they will ever remember seeing is the inside of a Cheesecake Factory. And let's just have a moment of silence for those people. Thank you.
Wow. That was powerful. I felt that.
Yeah,
Holy
dude.
shit.
Yeah. We're both wearing all black. Like, that's just how it fucking is, man. That's just the day we're having today.
Damn. Fucking
Michael Bay
mob
won't
boss
fucking
having like a
leave Nick's
bookie.
apartment. Cheesecake Factory
He won't
exists.
leave, dude.
I mean, dude, what the fuck else is what else matters today? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing matters. Although a close second would be, have you heard of Belle Delphine?
Have I heard of Belle Delphine, Nick? Come on. Come on. Good. All right. Who uninitiated else in your friend group would you imagine owning a thing of gamer girl bathwater? Come on, man.
It would obviously be you.
Could you imagine? Obviously. Oh God, I'd hate myself. Anyways. So she's back.
Anyways, for the uninitiated or the people who she's back, dude. She's fucking back. The uninitiated Belle Delphine was like the original e-girl. She was like she's like the reason the word simp was invented, honestly.
You know what's sadder though, real quick, as an interjection? She was born in 1999. So she's like she's 22.
Young. Yeah.
I'm 21. I can do math. Holy shit, dude.
She's 21.
She's
proven time and again this episode. Brian sucks at math.
That's going to be our new hashtag.
It's so funny.
Brian can't do math.
Hashtag Brian eats slow. Hashtag Brian sucks at math. That's the new one.
Man.
You'll dig yourself out of this hole eventually.
Honestly,
There'll be a cool hashtag about you.
I'm just going to dig just straight down until I meet you on the other side. That's what I'm going to go for now.
Okay, cool.
It's going to lean into
I'll
this.
see you there.
That's all I got.
So she was like, she would post like, you know, she'd have like those like furry cat ears or whatever, like the like
adult braces,
you know, the like gamer girl, like adult braces type shit, like the very like specific kind of, you know, like kink type thing. But all these guys were like, oh my God, like, holy shit, I love you, blah, blah, blah.
This was like kind of like when Uwu and like that kind of shit was like becoming bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and the
like
Agao?
that, like
she was a big proponent of the Agao.
Oh, she was a huge
Is it Ahigao? Is that how you pronounce it? I've been mispronouncing it my whole fucking life. I hate myself. Jesus Christ.
It's how often do you say
honestly,
so? Like,
you'd be surprised how often that comes up in just normal conversation. But anyways.
Really? That's so funny. Yeah. So she was like, you know, the whole like whatever. So she made a Patreon, and this was maybe like 2017-ish, 2018. Made a Patreon, and she sold bathwater. Like literally, like she had like a YouTube channel and shit, and like it was all just like feeding the trolls. Like she would just like post photos and like very like lewd outfits or whatever. Not nude. That is like one thing she never did. She never posted a nude photo anywhere, which is crazy. Sure, right. Like in like her Patreon or whatever, like most you'd think like, oh, this is her nudes are behind a paywall. Like even in her Patreon, she didn't post nudes or anything like that. Like that was not a thing, which is crazy because like she had all these guys like I mean obviously she's so smart. She knew exactly what she was doing, whatever. She like reeled them all in. At her peak, she was making $100K a month off of Patreon.
Right. Jesus.
$100K a month,
dude.
For posting pictures and videos of herself just like doing things like not sexual things but like very sexual undertones.
A lot of the things is like if you think of like if you've ever like stumbled across those kind of like not Rule 34 but like teetering on the edge of that of like just like very lewd drawings of like anime girls and stuff like that. She is that right. But as like a physical person. Like she dresses right. Like that, does like the same similar facial expressions, etc. And she's like a very just like small petite person. So like a lot of her followers have always like kind of like poked fun at it, being like, oh, like shit, like look how young she is, and it's like that's fucking weird, dude. What? That should not be the selling point here.
Yeah. Yeah. And like exactly.
So like there's just like a lot of just like weird, like creepy people in her like fan base, basically. Like it's not good.
Yeah.
Like it's not a good area. She's fucking crushing it. Like good for her for like making it work, but like
yeah, she knew exactly what she was doing. She had like she posted this video. She also had a Pornhub account, which again she did not post anything like sexual on that either. So she posted a video on YouTube and Patreon or whatever, all her social medias, basically her like taking a bath. And she's like, I'm going to, like now you can like buy my literal bath water. Like she packaged it up in little like Carmex-esque type containers, right? Put her bath water in there, or what she said was her bath water. I can't imagine that all of it was. It might have been, who the fuck knows, but like she sold out of it in minutes. She was selling it for $25 a can, which it was like, a tiny can of water. Like,
think of like
that she apparently took a bath in or sat container.
It was basically that, but just filled with water.
Right. It's like this size, just full of water. That's it. $25 a pop. Sold out of those. Made just, oh my God, crushed it. Secured the bag, and then like dipped off the internet. Yeah, just dipped off the internet for like the past 2 years. Well, she's been gone. No. Well,
I don't know if you're going into this right now, but like one of like the big reasons that she kind of like disappear, like not really going into hiding, dude. I did so much fucking research about this like while it was happening, just because it was so interesting to me. Like same. Just it was like this was a person I had never heard of, and then all of a sudden like catapulted to like stardom, and I was like, what is this is interesting, like this legion of people behind her. So I like dug like super deep into it, and like this dude had posted a thing about the bathwater, and he was just like, I bought it. He's like, we're gonna run some tests, and I was like, weird opening paragraph to an article. And like he literally put it through like a bunch of like tests to basically find genetic material inside things. And he, like in his batch, he was like, I found no genetic material. There is no like skin or anything like that would have come off of her in this bathwater. And I was like, who the fuck, dude? Why is this anything people are like wanting? Like it's just gonna like sit on if that guy drank pee off of a pregnancy test, somebody's gonna drink bathwater out of like
who knows what people are doing with this
so
shit.
It's like that kind of happened, and then somebody was just like, oh, we should like sue her for false advertising, because like that doesn't necessarily confirm nor deny that it was like the water that she sat in, but like that's just like insane. And apparently like there was like a huge backlash because people were upset that like there wasn't any like biological material in it, which is like, another thing that's making me like physically upset. Like like my stomach kind of hurts right now. And so like all that shit like that started happening, and then like there was dissent among her fan base. So she dipped for a little bit. There might be a little bit more to that. That might that's all I know of leading up to the dip. So
yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. She dipped. She was totally offline for a couple of years. And then 5 days ago, she just comes back with a heater, dude. Absolute heater. She posts a video on YouTube. She says, I'm back by Belle Delphine. And it's a song. It's like, oh my God.
So
did you watch the video?
It's so frustratingly
it's like
bad.
This like, oh God, it's like a video. It's like a song, right? And she's like, it's like this like upbeat, like really shitty trap song. And she's like rapping in that like ooh woo girl voice, like basically the same exact shit she was doing before, but like it's a rap, but like a lot more explicit this time. Like her ass is in it. She's like got paint all over her body and whatever. And then she's like announces her OnlyFans. Like at the end of the video.
I had to like look it up just to like have it in my mind, and just I am currently 5 seconds into the video, and I'm already like mad about it.
It's insane. It's like, I still got them double thick thighs, French fries, but like it's in that weird little like schoolgirly voice, and it's just like it's just like made me like get goosebumps.
She's like a tiny like English girl. I think she's from England.
Yeah, I think
so she's like tiny UK, and has like a really high pitched voice, and she kind of like always puts it into that kind of like ooh woo anime voice. Yeah, like that, and it's like it's really off putting to me. Like
it's
really
so uncomfortable.
It'd be one thing if she just like pitched her voice up and down. I'd be like, that's kind of funny or whatever. But like that's like how she just talks, and it's anyways. Everybody has their thing.
I mean, it's definitely a character. It's 100% a character.
Absolutely character.
And she's obviously like, I'm not going to bash her because like she's obviously she knows what she's doing. She's super smart about it. Like she's gonna make so much money, because she just
I'm on her side, just because I'm like, you found a market, you tapped into it, and you found you made that shit work and work fast, dude, and like you like destroyed it. So part of me, I'm just like, you fucking kill it. But it's like everything that she upholds is like stuff that makes me very uncomfortable.
Odd. Yeah, it's so like I can't like it's physically like no thank you, and also like. But yeah, she knows exactly what she's doing. She posted that video. It got like 9 million
as
fucking
of
views.
Right now,
in the past
as of time of recording,
days.
it has 13.1 million views.
How many days ago was it posted?
On June 17th, so last Wednesday. So yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah, 6 days ago. Oh god, 6 days ago. That's insane.
The fucking frame it's stuck on is not. It's not a good one. So I just like I like looked at it and then looked away to like look at the calendar, and then looked back, and that's what like met me. Anyways, so she's back. She's got an OnlyFans now. So we'll see where maybe she's posting nude content. Maybe she's gonna pull some of the same shit she did before. Who knows? Either way, people are. I mean, I guarantee people are gonna be like, regardless, they're gonna. Oh, absolutely.
Buy it,
Actually,
so she's got a market forever.
Does she have like a link for her OnlyFans? Because you should go see how many followers she has right now.
Yeah.
Because that'd be really funny.
Yeah,
As of at time of recording, we will see what Belle Delphine's OnlyFans account, how many followers she has.
OnlyFans.com/.
So she did this last Wednesday. So in 6 days, her YouTube video has accrued 13 million views. She's started a Patreon.
So you can't see how many.
Oh, unless you subscribe. That makes sense.
You can't see it. Even then, I don't think you can see. But let's see. I'm like trying to scroll through it because it shows the text on the posts. But she said she has 39.7 thousand likes on her pictures. Well, that's what, as a total. Okay, that's
what I was asking for. Okay, was just like total interactions and that. Okay.
So it's $35 a month.
If we're assuming that you get those people who have liked those, we're assuming that. At least,
so let's do some quick maths, Brian. This is your strong suit. So she's got 50 posts, right? She's got around 40,000 likes, right? So imagine that one person is liking each post.
So we can average it out, right?
So we can just divide 40,000 divided by 50, and you get 800. So imagine has 800 people subscribe to her OnlyFans. So 800 times 35. She's making $28K a month, and that's just in the past 5 days of having an OnlyFans. Dude.
Like one of the things that that always get me is like, again, I follow a lot of cosplayers on Twitter because that shit's incredible to me, and a lot of them retweet other cosplayers. It's just like how that community works. Obviously, because that shit's incredible. And every time there's always a few of them that I'm like, that's really cool. I want to see like the rest of their profile. And I go to it, like in their bio, they're like OnlyFans. So I'm just like, cool, got it. And like some and some of them will post like on Twitter, like screen grabs of like apparently it breaks it down like monthly how much money they have like paid to your accounts and stuff like that. And they'll just take screenshots, post it on Twitter and be like, look at where I'm at. And one of them, she had posted it, I believe it was like May. It was like, she had posted it halfway through May. And she was like, can we hit 50, like 50 this month? And I was like, 50?
50K?
Went into
50,000?
For the month of May, halfway through it, at the time that she had posted it, she had $32,000 from OnlyFans. That was halfway through the month.
Wow, that's incredible.
And she was like, can we do it?
Holy
and so I
shit,
I was like, wait a minute. So I scrolled back up a little bit and went to like the end of May, and she was like, we did it, guys. It was like 2 weeks later, and she had like 52,000. And I was like, in a month.
In a month, bro. In a month, they're making above the like median salary.
Yeah. And like the funny thing is too, is like some of them will actually like put in a fuck ton of effort into their OnlyFans content, is what I've started learning.
Yeah.
So like a lot of them will start posting. I'm doing like a lot of deflection here to make it sound like I don't subscribe to any of these things. I don't, for the clarification. I just think this whole emerging market is really interesting. So like they'll post like all this stuff, and it's like, okay, cool. Like you'll have actual cosplayers doing actual like boudoir photo shoots or something like that with the same people who like do the photos like of their cosplays. And I was like, shit. Right. I was like, oh, they're putting that much effort into it. They're getting like costumes and all this shit set up. And then there's some of them that it's literally just like a cell phone mirror pic of them in like lingerie. And I was like, that's it. That is That's
it. That's your work for the day. I'm going to get up, take a pic. I mean, like, not to boil it down and not to discredit them, because obviously, like, they deserve to make this amount of money and they're killing it. They're very smart. But, like, oh my God, you know, you get up.
That's it.
All right, I just secured $50K for the month. Like, holy
So, like,
fuck,
if you think about
crazy.
it, like, okay, cool. They did have to put in time for, like, beauty and makeup. They had to buy said lingerie.
Right.
Yeah,
marketing yourself. Like, I mean, it's not like a overnight
It's not like you're just going
to
post a mirror pic and make $32K a month. Like, that's not how it works. Obviously, there's a lot of front loading into it, but it's like once you hit that point, like, all you have to do is just take like a shitty cell phone photo, post it to your OnlyFans. Boom, you get, you know, $15 for the whole set, or like your fucking subscribers pay for it as well. So it's like it's
right.
It's like a dumb amount of money for a very low amount of effort is at least what, like, looking at it from the outside looking in, that's kind of it. And so, like, it's just wild. Like, that's a whole market, dude. Like, just for being attractive.
It's crazy.
And, like, making yourself more attractive. And that's kind of tight.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's insane. It's pretty dope.
And
no,
it's like
super
it's
cool.
the epitome
props,
of, like,
dude.
using what you got. And, like, that is... I fucking love that. Yeah. I love that people can just capitalize off it. They can find that thing that they add to the market and pivot and iterate and stuff on it and make a fucking killing off of it. And that's so cool. Dude, that's the American dream. That's the American fucking dream.
It really is. It really is. Add a white picket fence in there, and holy shit.
Most of them can do that, dude. If you're making $52K a month, you can absolutely buy a white picket fence. Come on now.
Yeah, you could buy a picket fence.
Yeah, dude, I love it. I kind of like, it was one of those things, like, as you grow up, like, you try to, like, have your upstanding morals and shit like that. So, like, the whole, like, growing up in, like, the early 2000s and, like, you know, a lot of, like, slut shaming, a lot of, like, that negativity, like, around just, like, sex and sexualization of people's age. And, like, that was so negative. And, like, now all of this stuff is happening where it's just like, wait, this is sick. Why did anybody ever look down on this? And so, like, it's just like really cool, like, watching this thing emerge. Like, it obviously, you know, stuff existed back in the day, and then they were like, no. And then now it's just like, now we can finally start, like, making money off of this thing that we have. And I fucking love that. I love that that's a thing. I love this future, cool. Man.
This future fucks. To wrap this up, let's talk about just some other crazy fucking numbers right now. So as you saw, Mixer shut down. They're
going to shut down.
Shut down, but got absorbed by Facebook, whatever the fuck the deal is there. So the two biggest streamers, or two of the biggest on Mixer at least, that were previously on Twitch, Ninja and Scarce, right? So they were on Twitch. They got moved to Mixer.
For an undisclosed dumb amount of money.
You know, yes. Recently, it was disclosed.
Oh, I never saw that.
Yes. So Ninja, they had contracts, right? Obviously, because they're like, okay, we're going to be Mixer exclusive, whatever, because Mixer really wanted to pull people to their platform. This is a huge draw for them because these people have massive fan bases. So, but because it's shutting down, so there's pros and cons. Obviously, a lot of in their statement, they're like, a lot of the people who are, like, monetized, who are basically like the Twitch partner equivalent, the Mixer equivalent of Twitch partner, were like, you're going to get, an email from Facebook. You're going to kind of, like, get absorbed into this whole thing. And then, we'll start monetizing your platform that way. But a lot of people are not getting these letters. And so, like, now they're kind of coming under fire. They're like, well, what's going to happen to this? Blah, blah, blah. But so they, Ninja and Shroud was on Twitch, and then he moved. Shroud. Right. Okay. Ninja and Shroud on Mixer. So now the question was, well, do they have to now finish out their contracts now, just like on Facebook Gaming? Like, what's happening? Like, what are the technicalities with this? So what they did was they essentially, like, they found some kind of loophole or whatever. They made Mixer buy out the rest of their contracts, right? So they just paid them out in full rather than like, oh, like, it's this much a year for X amount of years. They paid them both out in full, and now they're free agents. And so now they're both in great kind of like positions to where they're probably going to try to be courted by Facebook and Twitch and YouTube. They're going to get a bunch of money thrown at them. It is. So Ninja's contract that he was just bought out for him, and he got all the money, $30 million. And
that was to be...
Shroud's was $10 million.
Over how long? What was the contract?
That was just like a couple of years. Just like, I think like another three more years or something like that.
Fuck, dude.
So dude was probably making like six mil a year because it was probably like a 5-year contract. But just from the contract, right? Not from like anything else like donos or subscriptions or whatever.
Like stuff like that.
Sponsorship. So he just got that lump sum of that rest of the 30 million. Shroud got his 10 million, and now they're sitting pretty because they're about to be like all of these other streaming channels now that they're free agents are about to be like, oh, have my money.
That's insane, dude.
For playing fucking Fortnite, dude. That's insane.
And that's another thing.
That's crazy.
It's a whole market like that didn't exist prior. That like just has recently exploded, and people are able to like exploit that and make a bunch of money, and that's kind of tight. I love that. Did you see the thing? I don't know if they were actually related or not, but somebody Lawrence Sontag. He was one of the guys at Funhouse. He has recently like quit them and has been full-time streaming. He tweeted something that was like, imagine saying something so racist that you shut down Mixer. And I was like, what? And this was like this morning, so I went into it, and this dude had posted basically he was on Mixer's team, and he was like one of like,
oh, was he the one that they claimed to be a diversity hire?
He was like one of like 4
that they basically
black
just
people
said
in the entire company, and apparently like one of the person had like equated how Mixer was run to her being like a slave master. And
the
like
slave master,
the, like content creators, like the streamers on Mixer were her slaves. She was like, we can make or break their career however the fuck we want. And like this dude went to her and was like, hey, that made me really uncomfortable. You shouldn't do that. And then the lady like fired back at him and was just like, well, I think you need to be like more open. Like, that's not what I meant. And she like Googled it to like try to exonerate herself. And she was like, see, this is like a fine thing. I was just like, yeah, it's fucked up. And also your person is coming to you saying kind of stuff to like be like, hey, it's not okay. And so it's like all this shit happened, and people are like, are these related? Because they came like that news came out, and then Mixer
and then Mixer was like, oh, we're done.
It seems kind of hasty the way Mixer did it. So it's like, okay, are these two things related? If anybody knows if they are related and that is like what happened, please let me know, because that would be that'd be incredible. Oh, that'd be so great.
That would be great. I think it's one of those things where it's like correlation doesn't imply causation, you know, but like I can't imagine that it didn't. If it's not the reason, I can't imagine that it didn't play into the reasons that it got shut down, you know, because that's pretty big. Yeah. You know, so
I just thought that was really funny, and I was just crazy. Like, that would be hilarious if that was the thing. But Mixer never really did quite live up to like Twitch or YouTube or even Facebook's streaming size. Right. So I kind of get it. Right. From like an actual like business standpoint. Yeah. But I digress.
Right. Smart move to get absorbed. But yeah, fucking I don't think I've ever even gone on
I don't even know what its interface looks
ever.
Like. I don't even know what its logo looks like, dude. I stream on Twitch. I watch a shit ton of live streams. Yeah. Don't even know what Mixer's logo looks like.
No idea. Yeah, so really I guess they could have done better. So maybe this is a better move for them. Yeah. I'm assuming
they did
it is
poach
probably
the biggest streamer in the world, and that still didn't even corral people in, so I know. So we'll see. I guess we'll keep our eyes peeled. Yeah, dude. Fuck.
But
that's
shit.
That's episode 18, baby. We did that.
Yeah, we did it. Episode 18, and in the bag. These are just like getting easier.
It feels better.
We're
finding our groove.
I love this.
And hopefully people are enjoying it.
We're grooving.
So hey everybody, thanks for hanging out with us. This has been episode 18 of the Lunchtime Serenade podcast. A lot of shit, but like not really a lot of shit happened this week, so we're gonna be getting that to you real soon, and it will be gone next week, so I might be spacing this out a different way. We will see, but
we'll see. Yes, I will see. I will return soon. We'll skipping the next Tuesday of recording, but I'll be back the following Tuesday. Gonna go see my fam, and it'll be a good time. Great. So happy 4th of July, everyone, because after we record, it'll be after 4th of July. So have a great week, 4th of July weekend. Enjoy responsibly. Only shoot off fireworks if they are safe and legal in your area. And don't shoot them off for like hours like they've been doing everywhere. Shoot off like 3
and then flip them upside down so that they blow up on the street. Please don't do that. And especially don't do that if you live in a fucking city, dude. Oh my God.
Just be safe with fireworks. Don't be an idiot. And maybe don't buy fireworks if you don't think you cannot be an idiot. So.
And with that, everybody.
All right.
Take care. Have a great week. And we'll see you next week. Middle of the day. Middle of the week.